Stay at the table or get on the floor? The disciples faced this very decision the night before Jesus' crucifixion. As they shared in the Passover meal together, they began to argue about which of them was the greatest. Instead of stepping in and stopping the fight, Jesus quietly left the table and assumed the position of the lowliest servant in a household. He filled a basin with water, grabbed a towel, knelt on the floor, and served his men by washing their dirty feet. His example is one that we're still expected to follow today. The call on our lives is not to take a seat at the table and be great. No, Jesus commands us to leave the table and to sacrifice our own greatness for His greatness and the good of other people. This move from the table to the floor is the move we are calling our church to make. We must leave behind comfortable, consumeristic, cultural Christianity and sacrifice like never before for the sake of each other, our community, and our world. As we make this move together, we will focus in on 3 specific strategies. Number 1, community transformation. Our love for one another makes the gospel more believable to an unbelieving world. So we will place greater emphasis on fostering a culture of true biblical community within our walls to more effectively transform the community outside our walls. To do this, we'll simplify our current group structure and strategies to more effectively make disciples who make disciples. We'll also raise the bar of group leadership by offering more in-depth training for current and potential group leaders. And we'll mobilize every Crosspoint group around our mission to make a greater gospel impact throughout our local community. Number 2, church multiplication. Multiplying churches is the most strategic way to grow the body of Christ both in our city and our world. So we'll multiply churches across Atlanta, North America, Scotland, and anywhere else God gives us an opportunity. To do this, we'll assist in planning a network of churches in Scotland, where less than 1% of the current population are evangelical Christians. We'll broaden our church planting capacity in North America by starting a new church planting network called Engage Churches. And finally, we'll identify and equip future church planters and leaders by expanding the Crosspoint School of Ministry and our internship program. Number 3, campus renovation. We believe that putting down physical roots in a community provides greater opportunities to serve and reach people with the gospel. So to do this in greater ways, we'll expand our current campus here in Cartersville and raise money to purchase a future home for our Adairsville location. We'll also expand parking in Cartersville to facilitate the overwhelming number of people attending our worship gatherings. We'll create more environments for our growing kids and student ministries, along with some designated office space for our staff. And then finally, we'll develop spaces that can be utilized by our community friends and partners all throughout the week in both Cartersville and Adairsville. I truly believe that if we make this move, this upcoming season will be the most defining season in the history of our church. But the decision is ours. Will we turn a blind eye to Jesus' example and stay at the table of personal greatness and glory? Or will we get on the floor and make the necessary sacrifices to give our lives fully over to His people and His mission?